Paddy Pimblett has reignited his feud with Ilia Topuria, accusing him of ducking their long-awaited fight. Paddy says Topuria keeps talking behind the scenes but refuses to sign the contract, claiming there's no one else for him to fight. Their rivalry goes back years, starting with a hotel altercation and boiling over again after Topuria's title win. Sources say the UFC is eyeing this matchup as the headliner for the first major event of 2026.
Step up, Ilia. Stop being a chorizo, be a man. You know, no one would know who Ilia Topuria was if it wasn't for me. He made himself famous off the back of my knee. He wouldn't even be a champ now if it wasn't for him jumping on my coattails. And now he thinks he's too good to fight me. He's not even from Madrid. He's not even from Spain. He's from Benidorm. He's fake. He's so fake, like half of his followers. Look at half his followers on Instagram with bots. He's just a McGregor copycat, and I'm getting sick of him. He's a German. He's not even Spanish, he's not even Georgian, he was born in Germany, he's German.
Robert Whittaker isn't slowing down. Despite skipping the Sydney card to spend time with family, he set his sights on Sean Strickland for the rumored UFC White House event. Whittaker said he's been chasing this fight for a long time, calling it a fun and meaningful matchup that could push him back into title contention. He described the idea of fighting in front of the White House as a once-in-a-lifetime moment and made it clear if Strickland's game, he's ready to go.
There's been plenty of chat around you potentially fighting next year in Sydney. Is that still the case?
You know what? I want to. My head wants to,
Yeah.
but I just don't think it's going to happen. You know, I'm having a baby. It's due in a few weeks.
Yeah.
And I want to be there for that period. I want to be there for that period. I want to be there for my kids during Christmas. I don't want to be in camp during this period. I've missed a lot of them.
Family time's important. You said you wanted to fight Sean Strickland, and you could almost guarantee he's going to want to push to be on that White House card. Could we see you fighting Sean Strickland at the White House?
I would love to fight Sean Strickland in front of the White House. For one, I think that's going to be a monumental occasion. I think, when are you ever going to be able to fight in front of the White House ever again? But I've been trying to fight Sean for the longest of times, just because I like that fight. We've been in the same circles for a while. He's still ranked 3, which puts me right back into a conversation that I want to be a part of. And I think it'll be a fun fight. I think it'll be a good fight to watch. I'd love to be on that.
Back in 2019, Khamzat Chimaev knocked out Ikram-Aliskarov, but the tension never disappeared. This week, Ikram said he'd take a rematch on short notice if the UFC offered it, claiming he's always ready and never trains with weak guys. Khamzat fired back on social media, accusing Dagestan fighters of hypocrisy, saying when he calls them out, it becomes an issue, but when they call him out, it's suddenly just sports. The rivalry fans thought was buried is now burning hotter than ever, and a rematch feels closer than anyone expected.
Расскажи, пожалуйста, как тебе выступление Кhamzata Chimaeva в титульном поединке?
Прекрасно. Координировавшее выступление, как он и всегда и делает, да, ничего нового в этом не было же.
Согласился ли бы ты выйти на реванш с Чимаевым на коротком уведомлении?
Конечно, если мне за пояс бой предложили бы, я вот за 2 дня вышел бы.
И чувствуешь себя настоящей силой вот победить вот такую машину, которую мы видели в последнем поединке?
Слушай, я тоже не со слабыми пацанами работаю, я готов бываю, я всегда тренируюсь, я всегда в хорошей форме бываю, поэтому если ты спортсмен, у тебя чемпионские амбиции, тебе предлагают бой за пояс, как ты можешь сказать нет?
Amid all the tension this week, fans got a rare laugh from Khabib Nurmagomedov and Usman Nurmagomedov. In a viral training camp clip, Khabib noticed Usman walked in holding a coffee, but didn't bring one for anyone else. He instantly called him out, joking, "Why you only think about yourself?" The team erupted in laughter as Khabib kept teasing him, saying a real teammate always brings coffee for his coach. The lighthearted exchange reminded fans that even among the world's toughest fighters, the Dagestan crew still keeps it humble, loyal, and full of humor.
Look who's here again. Look who's here again. 4 days in a row. What do champions do?
I have a question for him.
Yes.
Where's my coffee? Why you only think about yourself?
This is cappuccino.
Is he taking your coffee?
Real coffee.
Real coffee?
But he never bring coffee for me. What is this, coach? You think I don't deserve?
Never say never.
Never say never?
One day you will get it.
You'll bring him coffee?
One day.
Habib, I'll bring you
I
coffee.
didn't find his car in outside, that's why I think he's not here.
Ah.
Car is outside.
No,
It's not your problem where, but outside.
Outside.
Don't come inside. It's outside.
But I didn't fight. Oh, yeah, coach.
I'm good.
Alex Pereira has fans buzzing after hinting he might move up to the heavyweight division in search of a third UFC title. Chimaev-Gane, who faces Tom Aspinall this weekend, said Pereira's power and size could make him a real problem among heavyweights. Gane noted that Pereira looks bigger every fight and believes he's strong enough to compete with anyone in the division. If Pereira wins his next bout, a jump to heavyweight could set up one of the most dangerous title runs in UFC history.
There is a lot of talk in the division about light heavyweight champion Alex Pereira moving up one day, seeking a third division championship. Do you believe Poatan will be a threat to the title if he chooses to move up?
It's going to be what?
Est-ce que tu penses que Poatan serait une menace pour la division?
Yes, of course. Yeah. Of course, he's a really huge striker. He's from kickboxing, and I know he can do very well. I saw he improve. I don't know how he said that. Not improve, but his weight is more and more bigger. Like, so, I think it's legit to go also on the heavyweight division. So yeah, it will be really crazy if I win this fight to fighting again. So
very interesting.
Bo Nickal's journey took an unexpected turn after his first professional loss earlier this year. The wrestling prodigy, once seen as an unstoppable prospect, was knocked out by Reinier de Ridder at UFC Des Moines, his first real setback in MMA. Since then, Nickal has stayed quiet but focused, saying he was arrogant before and that the loss humbled him. Now he's set to face submission specialist Rodolfo Vieira at UFC 322 in Madison Square Garden, a fight that could redefine his career. Fans are calling it a make-or-break moment. Either Bo bounces back stronger or the hype officially fades.
That was rough. I mean, the first 7.5 minutes, he looked like amazing. Looked like, world, top-level world championship caliber fighter. And, obviously, I think after the first 7.5 minutes, went downhill a little bit with the conditioning. But I had heard a few things prior to the fight, maybe bad weight cut, maybe some illnesses. So, one fight doesn't really reflect how good you are as a person, as a fighter. And all that to be said, I'm sure he was disappointed in his performance. It wasn't his best performance. I think Brendan Allen looked okay. He did a good job controlling him from top position, had a couple nice reversals, nice double leg in the fourth round. But yeah, I mean, overall, kind of a little bit of a lackluster fight, and but it happens. It's the way the game works, and he's obviously has a big weight cut. He's fought a lot in the past year, so things happen that are, affect the result of the fight.
Brendan Schaub didn't hold back when talking about Tom Aspinall's upcoming fight against Chimaev-Gane. He said winning isn't enough. Tom has to dominate and finish Gane in under 2 minutes to prove he's truly elite. Schaub compared it to John Jones's quick submission win over Gane at UFC 285, saying that's the new benchmark. If Aspinall can do it faster and more impressively, it could silence the critics once and for all. But if the fight drags out or looks sloppy, Schaub warns it'll only fuel doubts that Tom's not ready to surpass Jones's legacy.
The marker here is win. Of course, dude, you're heavily favored. No. Of course you got to win. You have to do it more impressively than John Jones did, because this is the only opponent you guys have in common that now the public can go, okay, well, they did fight this guy. John beat him in, I think, 2 minutes. Choked him out in 2 minutes. Tom not only has to, imagine this pressure, Tom not only has to beat Chimaev-Gane, who's an absolute fucking French nightmare, but he has to do it more convincingly than John Jones. He has to do it faster and more impressive. So whether it's a knockout right away or he takes him to the mat right away, you have to beat him in under 2 minutes and go. Unfortunately, that's what Tom's dealing with. That's what Tom's dealing with. It sucks.
Yair Rodriguez underwent hand surgery after months of pain, with doctors saying recovery will take 2 to 4 months. He admitted he tried to avoid the operation, but said it was impossible to keep fighting through the injury.
What's up, guys? I just got this fucking shit down. I'm still on the reinforced help on my issue. So my body's kind of fluffy. are weird. But I'm done.
We're having a party. We have a birthday party all in one. Yeah.
I'm done.
No. It's actually looking at Amazon.
That's the full roundup of another wild week in MMA, packed with controversy, unexpected twists, and stories that prove this sport is about more than just what happens inside the cage. Khamzat Chimaev reignited a rivalry that refuses to die. Alex Pereira teased a heavyweight move that could rewrite history. And Aspinall-Gane suddenly finds himself facing massive pressure from Tom Aspinall's growing spotlight. Even Khabib and Usman gave fans a laugh with their coffee moment, while Yair Rodriguez and Arnold Allen reminded everyone how unpredictable life as a fighter can be. Whether it's surgery or street trouble, these athletes live it all in real time. Every week, the UFC world feels more like a movie. Heroes, villains, and everything in between. Some are chasing greatness, some are fighting for redemption, and others are just trying to stay standing after the chaos. If you made it this far, drop a like, hit subscribe, and tell us which story hit hardest this week. We'll be back with next week's madness, because in MMA the drama never sleeps and every fight is just the beginning of the next headline.